Epstein was not just a serial predator. He was an international human trafficker, and yet he was protected.
Push to release the Epstein files is growing louder tonight. Alleged survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell rallying in support of the Epstein files Transparency Act. Fox 11's Susan Hirosuna joining us now to tell us more about that.
Indeed, and a lot to tell you, Christine. Transparency is justice. That's the message tonight from survivors demanding the full release of the Epstein files, including the names of the men accused of using Epstein to meet underage girls. Some of these women have shared their stories before, but others are speaking out for the first time. And in a major announcement, they say they are now banding together to create their own list.
We're reaching out to survivors that are scared to come forward and that also know who they were trafficked to. So that's the list that we're compiling. And we're not quite sure, how we're going to release that, or even if we're going to. The Department of Justice needs to release the list.
One after another, the alleged survivors recounted their lasting trauma after they say they were trafficked or as teenagers or young women. Immediately following the news conference outside the Capitol, a reporter inside the White House asked for the president's response. But first, listen to these ladies.
For 27 years, I thought I was the only one that Jeffrey Epstein raped. I believed I was alone, and I was kept silent by the shame that was inside me.
Being a survivor is not a headline. It's our life. Yeah. We have to live it. It's panic in a grocery store. It's smiling at work while my hands tremble. It's waking up at 3 a.m. with my heart racing and not knowing why.
As an aspiring dancer, the manipulation came in forms of offering me dance studio space, discussing opportunities to meet with ballet masters, and aiding a very ill family member of mine, none of which would ever come to pass. Instead, I was left in a cycle of abuse.
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. It reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied.
Well, back to that list that the women say they will compile. Why won't they release the list? Well, the response was chilling. First, they said they shouldn't need to since the government has the names, and then pointed to the women who did reveal names and are now dead.
Wow. So the president said it's a Democrat hoax, but so many Republicans,
yes,
diehard fans of the president, have been calling for more information on this.
I am reminded of that adage, politics makes for strange bedfellows. So Ro Khanna is behind that Transparency Act, and so is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, very outspoken about this. All right, more to come, I'm sure. Thanks.